There we go. All righty. Welcome, everyone, to our regular Tuesday night Collaborating Connections Professional Networking Zoom meeting. My name is Dawn Evans-Casey, and I'm the leader of the group. Collaborating Connections has been around for the past 7 years, and we are part of the TTR networking family. TTR stands for To the Rescue, and has been active in networking for the past more than 15 years. We used to meet in person, but since COVID, we went to this Zoom meeting format, which works awesome for us because now we can connect with wonderful professionals from coast to coast and around the world. And we are able to record our Zoom meetings and share that with our social media audiences for folks who cannot be with us at this time but want to be in the know. So Collaborating Connections and TTR Networking is a membership networking group. Collaborating Connections is just one of several groups under the TTR networking umbrella. The different groups meet and on different dates at different times. We happen to be the only evening group that we meet at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday nights. So that accommodates those professionals who may have a daytime 9-to-5 job but still want to cultivate their entrepreneurial endeavor, as well as anybody else who's just got that free evening time to connect, meet some wonderful professionals. We would love to meet you. So if you happen to be listening to a recording of this call, know that although we are industry exclusive, there are several industries that are not represented in the Collaborating Connections group. And you may have a different niche than our current members, but we're looking forward to meeting you. So reach out to us, connect, and let's come and share and check us out. So we are in the month of March, and our March theme is Masterminding. I have a couple of things that I wanted to share with the group tonight before we kick off our regular agenda. So I will read these to you. You are not late, off track, or falling behind. You're unfolding, evolving, stepping into your fullness of who you are meant to be. Every lesson, every challenge, every pause is shaping you in ways you can't yet see. Trust your timing. Trust your growth. Keep going. You are becoming. Then I have another that I want to share. Remember that relationships have the power to strengthen your nervous system, even though they can feel challenging. They might make you want to retreat or avoid conflict altogether. The ups and downs of dating and friendships, family and business can bring up thoughts like, maybe I don't really want this. But you are wired for relationships. Deep, empowering, healing, and rejuvenating one. To sustain them, though, it starts with finding safety within yourself. The safety to set boundaries without guilt, to set conflict as a path to understanding instead of a threat, and to honor your own self-respect so deeply that others feel it too. Don't let fear or misalignment push you towards isolation. You deserve connection and security, and the right relationships will reflect that back to you. So every relationship is not for you. And knowing yourself and getting to know others, you should trust your discernment, that which your spirit and your inner God guides you to understand. Sometimes you find that the relationships are like, yes, this is what's meant to be. Sometimes you're pleasantly surprised. Oh, I didn't expect it to be this good. And sometimes it's just recognizing, okay, this isn't quite for me, and being able to move on. But as my good friend CB always says, we are either winning or learning in life. So keep going forward. That's all that I had. As we are wrapping up our Masterminding March, I came across those sayings and I thought, oh, I've got to share that with the group. So with that being said now, on a routine basis, we usually open up our Zoom calls with words of gratitude and wins. So I'm going to open the floor for anybody who has something that they would like to share, either in words of gratitude or wins that they have experienced perhaps in the past week. Deanna?
Yes. Today I went to film an interview with a woman that I met at the Holistic Hub event that we were at last year in November, I think. And I filmed another portion of the interview today. She'll be coming back on Friday to get some pictures here at the sanctuary. And hopefully we'll have a really cool interview to share with everybody and sort of get the word out there in a new and different way. So yay.
That sounds fantastic. When all of that interview is completed and pulled together, please share it with all of us. We're excited to be able to connect you to our circles and spread the word. Thanks. Anybody else?
Seriously? Come on, Jerry, you got to have something. You're feeling better. Nancy, something great's going on in your life. Lisa, you just left DC or you're heading home. You had to have a good vacation. Come on.
Actually, I'm heading to DC, but yes,
Hey,
we
that's
had a
even
great
better
vacation.
because, you should be so thankful that you're heading to a vacation.
No, I just finished vacation. Stephen came to my house. We went to Wisconsin, spent a week up there with family and friends, and attended a convention. And now I'm going to go out and spend 3 to 4 weeks with him in DC. So very grateful for the time with family and friends. And we're driving through the mountains right now. So if my internet drops, then that's why. But beautiful time to be driving. So
Awesome. Stay safe and keep the good times going, Lisa. Thank you.
I'll go
All
next.
right. Okay.
From my point of view, if you saw my face 2 weeks ago, you'd say, "Wow, is that the same person?" But that all healed very nicely, and a lot of it is, with the Melaleuca products, it does a very good job, and I was very pleased. It didn't do anything for my glasses. I wish I could say so, but these are brand new, and I got those at Costco, which is where I typically get them. And you know what? They're pretty amazing. 3 days and they're back, which is pretty amazing and a lot less expensive than most places. Um, as far as what's going on, there's a couple things that happened this week that are good, but I'm going to take a moment and just read you this, if you don't mind, because it really sums up a lot about Melaleuca. It says USA Today just named Melaleuca one of the best stores for 2025. This is great news. An independent study analyzed 65,000 customer surveys and 470,000 reviews on thousands of companies. One of America's largest retail studies ever. It's a great validation to document that those who know us well, our own customers, put us far ahead of other consumer goods company. This survey was conducted by Plant A Insights and published in USA Today. It gives us really good bragging rights about, Melaleuca and what and how they do business. So I'm really excited to see this because it validates what we've been saying for a long, long time. And one of the things that's nice about this is that some of these things that you see online, they pay for those. And we don't pay a dime for any of this kind of thing. We just never did. It's strictly, our customers who put in, because they choose to. So that is definitely good news.
Wonderful. Good stuff about Melaleuca. Thank you for sharing, Jerry.
Thank you. Appreciate the time.
Jerry, did I see that? Did you guys post that or did you share it with me on something? I think it is. Maybe you shared it with me.
Well, it was online in USA Today, but we can certainly send it over to you. Yeah.
I feel like maybe Karen did, but maybe not. Maybe I dreamt it and that's how it happened. What else can I dream about? I don't know. I'm joking. One time I heard about a songwriter who would dream of songs and then they became big hits when he wrote them. So I always wish that was me, but it wasn't.
It wasn't me either.
Yeah, it wasn't me, but that's cool though. I completely understand. So good for you. Thanks for sharing. And you do look pretty darn good.
Yeah. Compared to 2 weeks ago.
Yes, yes. I give you a lot of credit. That had to be very hard to go and see people when you were feeling probably like, nah,
Well, you can do a Zoom without the picture on.
Though, guys, it always kind of, and I know Lisa's driving, but I would just say that that's probably one of the first things that I would tell people. I like to see your face, even if it is beaten up, Jerry. If there's Lisa. Okay, I didn't mean to shame you into it or anything. I know you're driving. Oh, there she is. But the big thing I would say is we've had all 4 of our grandchildren in a couple of the same rooms together over the last few days because we're all, family from Ohio came, brought the 3 grandchildren, and then our other little girl that you see more often than not on behind me, Scarlett, she just thinks her cousins are the best thing ever and they don't get to spend a lot of time together. So that's what I'm grateful for. Also grateful for all of you good people, believe me, but that's been kind of a preoccupation this week. And lots of other good things, but I won't tell you everything, so I'll save some. All right, there you go. Bye. That's it.
All right. Thank you, Jennifer, for sharing.
Okay, since nobody else will. Boy, you people, I swear. Yeah, great. I'm going to make it simple. 3 hours ago, I went to Goodwill and I picked up 2 baseball jerseys. That's my win. Why? Because I can put them on a model. I can put a baseball bat in their hand. I can set the baseball on fire and boom, I've got an instant model and subject matter. I just needed the baseball jerseys. That's how simple a win could be. And so moving forward, it may not be big steps. It may not seem like big steps, but this is spring. This is baseball and it's baseball season. So let's get ready for some baseball. I don't know if you guys are baseball fans, but the Cubbies have been winning. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Let it go from there. So next.
Can I just say one thing? They've always talked about baseball as being the boys of summer. Well, yesterday, both of my grandsons were out there playing ball by Grand Park in that weather. I was going to go, Karen was going to go. My daughter called and said, it's brutal. Stay home.
Yeah. I like baseball as well. It's a different sport. It's not constantly engaging, but I enjoy watching it. So thanks for bringing that up, CP. Thanks for sharing, Jerry. I'll share my words of gratitude. I want to say thanks to Deanna for another wonderful ReZenergize Sanctuary experience this past Saturday with the energy system and the acupuncture. I came away. I always come away feeling, I don't know, lighter and some level of relief and just overall good feeling. So it has actually, I've maintained that good feeling over the past couple of days. So thanks again for making that possible, Deanna. Also want to say thanks to Pavi 3 and her family for joining me on Sunday at the Cheesecake Factory. I hate that a lot of you could not be there, and certainly we will do another gathering, but it's just so heartwarming to get together, you know, not talking business, but just laughing and smiling and, you know, sharing what's going on in our lives and connecting on things that we never knew we had in common. Spencer grew up in a town in Alabama, not far from where my people in Huntsville are. So, you know, we declared we're claiming each other as cousins, doggone it. So we had a really good time, and we'll get something else on the calendar scheduled and hopefully see all of your smiling faces there. Let's see. My win for the week is just thank you all for showing up. It means a lot to commit your time to be here, to spend 60 to 90 minutes and sharing about your business and asking questions and, you know, taking the time to be, I don't know, engaged. So it's a win to have an audience to share with and talk to. And I was making a list of why do we network? And certainly, you know, I'm glad that we can share the recording with others, but when you're not here and you don't get to engage and ask the questions that are on your mind and smile and share with each other, it's a little bit different experience. So we're, again, inviting anybody within our listening audience who would like to come and visit and be a part of Collaborating Connections. Let's do it, and let's increase those wins. Okay. Do we have any other wins or words of gratitude before we move on? All right. Next up, I want to invite Jennifer Johnson to give us some updates on what's going on within TTR networking. So, Jennifer, take it away.
Okay, thank you, Dawn. Yes, let me give you a couple dates. I don't know if anybody's available tomorrow morning, but if you are, if you're going to be anywhere near Sarah Care Indy, we are having our Givers Gain group is having their in-person once a month thing. So if you're anywhere near that and you would like to join us at 9:30, not 9 o'clock, 9:30. 9:30 to 10:30. And I kind of jumped the gun a couple weeks ago with this. I decided once we got a place we were going to meet there and we're going to do it every week. And that's not what Mimi wants to do. She wants to jump all over. And so we started more on the north side with Just Love Coffee. And this week it's at Sarah Care Indy. Anyway, I've sent it out. Go look it up. It's a wonderful adult day center in Indianapolis, and they happen to be members. So that is tomorrow morning. And then they are going to do a once a month, the last Wednesday of every month. So a get together in person. They do this on Zoom, and then they get together once a month. And their next one will be on the 30th. And this is open to everybody. I want everybody to get to know each other. I want, even if you're in the room with another photographer, CB, which we don't have any others, But I just put it in front of you. It doesn't hurt to get to know each other, right? So, but anyway, I know that most of you that are probably on this are not available at that time of the day. So I just want you to know though that that is happening. And then we're going to have April is accountability month, and we have a TTR presents on April 23rd. And I know I know Lisa's on this call. She's going to follow up to a couple of Lisa's things that she did with delegating. Linda Lewis is with Cash Overlooked, and she's out of Ohio, and she's been a member for a number of years. But anyway, she's going to do a TTR presents on accountability, and she's going to, I think, Lisa, she's talking about looking at your time audit thing and kind of following up and letting, kind of doing that accountability end of it in the month of April. So if you, what'd you say, Lisa? I don't know if she said something, missed it. On the TTR presents, those are always going to be an evening event. We record them, and then they are posted on our website, and we try to send them out as much as we can to different, so if you can attend, but that is on April 23rd, and I believe it's a Wednesday. We also have the 2 weeks before that, though, we're going to have an in-person happy hour on the 9th of April. These are events and dates that are right now being solidified. I mean, these are all solid. We just I don't have them out on social media yet, but that is the 9th. April is Jerry. You guys were just there. Deanna, I know CB's been there. Lisa's been there. I'm sorry, Parks Pub Place. And that's from 4 to 6. And we're going to try to do at least one happy hour every month. That's our plan. If we can do more, we do have one of our members owns 3 restaurants. So as soon as she gives us the okay, we're probably going to be a tame group of friends to come in and do some sampling in their new restaurant. I'll keep you posted on that. She's got to get the what do you call it when they get they have to go to, I don't know, there's when you can
they
actually
have to get their permits.
Their permits. Yeah.
Yes.
So, and we know that will be the 29th of April. So if you want to make a note, I'm not telling you where because I don't know exactly. They have 3 restaurants. So if the one isn't ready to have us come, she will have us go to another one. And that is and I say it because they will only be TTR members. So she's making it very exclusive. So that will be not open to everybody. And then what was
what did you say about April 9th?
Oh,
April 9th is going to be at Parks Pub Place, which I know a number of you, Deanna, I think you were there, right? For an event that's in Fishers there. It's the one that's got it's a pub, but it's also got the patio that's enclosed so even if it were cold on the 9th of April, it'll be nice and warm. And that will be a happy hour from 4 to 6. Yep, sorry, Deanna. I have a lot of noise going on this end, so I'm hoping you guys don't hear all the crazy kids. Okay.
Jennifer, to follow up on the one on the 29th, I think it is. Remind everybody that is going to be a pre-register only.
It will be.
And the address will, because she can only have so many people. So they will be a limited spots for that one.
Yeah, and it's just because we want to, we're not going to put it out. We're going to just keep letting you all know. And as soon as we can confirm the actual time and whether we're going to be at one of the locations or another location, that's still a few weeks away. So, but just put it on your calendar. That's actually a Tuesday, Dawn. We might have to just say we're going to meet in person that night. I don't know, but I'm sorry.
Cool with that.
Yeah, I was just going to say that might be a good way to kind of close out the accountability month, say, everybody, you need to be there. I don't know which location, but we are excited. Lisa, thank you for saying that. And I know I want to just jump ahead 1 month to May. And there may be some other things that pop up here, but just keep your eyes open. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. May on the 15th of May. That is our next Thankful Thursday. Okay, and that is at the Broad Ripple Cohatch. If you go and look at Cohatch, we have a partnership with Cohatch now, as far as they're hosting all of our TTR Thankful Thursdays. Okay, so just know that one is in Broad Ripple, and I've had many people. I've got to make a trip over there and just kind of check it out. But it's an old church that's been remodeled. So if you've ever been to where you think it might be, and if you can remember if it was a church, that was it. That was it. So I don't know if that helps at all, but anyway, that is on the 15th of May. And we also have on the 16th of May, so everybody kind of gets all of this on their calendar. That's the 4th annual Race to Support Small Business. So that is a kind of an important couple days in there. And I would say put them on your calendar, please. Deanna, yes, ma'am.
What time is the Cohatch?
The Cohatch we're doing them in afternoon, so it'd be 3 to 5. No, yeah. Is that what I did, guys? 3 to 5. Yeah,
I think
because
so,
they close their doors at 5. Boy, Deanna, I have got so many different dates. You'd see all the music jobs I've got on my, it's not a bad thing. I'm happy to have them, but boy, when you ask me that, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm totally losing my mind. I think, ours will be on at 3 to 5. We'll reassess at the end of the year, but I think that's what we're going to do. And everybody that was hopefully part of the one that we had in February kind of remembers, hopefully, whether that worked for them or not, if that time of day was good. I don't really want to shift it all again until we know for sure. And then Dawn and I were talking about, and can I throw that out there, Dawn, too?
Sure.
So they can get it on their calendar, because we've got a lot of things coming up. Oh, wait a minute. May. One more thing in May. Oh, actually, no. I'm sorry. One more thing in April. Hobby 3 is going to do her first. Wait a minute. Yes. Wait a minute. I got the wrong date.
You're right.
What is it?
What do you got? I thought it April 7th.
Yeah, but that's a Monday. And I don't think that's what she told me. Why did I write down the 7th?
Oh, that's what you told me earlier.
Okay. Well, anyway, keep your eyes open. I don't know, but she's also, gosh, the 7th doesn't look right on my calendar. I swear it was a Tuesday or a Wednesday. Sorry, guys. It wasn't Tuesday. It would have been Wednesday. So, and it wouldn't have been our happy hour. You know what? It's May. Forget it. Forget it. It's Wednesday, May 7th. Sorry, guys. You asked me. I got so many dates going on here. May 7th. And that is a Wednesday, and that's going to be Hobby 3's first TTR Presents. So that's another day to have. And if you've got, any kind of human resource questions, those are the ones to go, make sure, or refer your friends and colleagues and family, whomever. I am sorry, I had it down for April. The other one she gave me was November the 12th, which is also, but that one's a couple months away. So just, I want you to know, and that will be basically, what do you do? What do you need to know for 2026? We're not there yet, guys, but just put that on your calendar. That is November 12th. And I am pretty sure I screwed that up. It's May the 7th. You'll start seeing those. That's why it's kind of crazy. But Dawn and I were just discussing, guys, a little bit this morning or this afternoon about this group. And I would just throw it out to you, Dawn, and your lovely, lovely people here, that we are very serious about doing a health and wellness fair. And we were trying to space it around. And I know that we talked, Deanna, we decided it'd just be too hard to do it at the sanctuary. but we want to definitely, we'll let you know more here soon, but I don't know, and I'm hoping nobody says, oh, I can't do that right off the bat, but we're looking at October the 3rd. And you may all say, why are we waiting so long? I'll tell you, between travels and summer and breaks and music and I don't know, whatever, but if we tell you now, and we're saying October 3rd, that's a Friday. And our plan, if you remember anybody that was part of the conversation, when we were at the Melt and Dip, we talked about trying to do it on a Friday because we were going to ask Anchor Health to be our space there in, where is it? Noblesville, Fishers, right there. I think their address is actually Noblesville. It's where we had our last, one of our last, no, it was our last Fun Fridays last year. So we're going to try to do that and use their space. They have been a member of TTR for years, and I think they just want to give back. So I'd like to use their space if we can. So that's October 3rd. And I would say, if you have ideas, it's health and wellness. Not this morning, yesterday morning, Dawn and Catherine and I, Catherine, the crazy red-haired lady, and a couple of the other members, and Pavi 3 and a couple other people over the last few weeks, it's just been very apparent that we need to have this kind of an event for us. I think it can't just be a vendor fair. We got to have a theme. But I feel like health and wellness is what we are. You know, I don't know. Maybe you guys have, and I would be very happy for any insights, but that is a ways off. But I will tell you, if we don't schedule it now, it's going to be forced into 2026 pretty soon. So if anybody's got any suggestions, but really, truly, there's obvious ones. Deanna, you know, Karen and Jerry, you guys are all health and wellness. I mean, that's what you do. We know that, we believe, but everything you guys do in general. I mean, CB's trying to make people feel good about their mark, you know, their health, make them feel good, make them look good, so they feel good. I don't know, you know, I mean, everything you guys do make people feel better, or that's our goals, right? So I don't know if I don't want to sound like I know something you guys don't know. You know that. So our goal is, I don't want to tell the story for somebody else. I want to tell it for us, if that makes sense. I want it to be, this is why we've been doing this for 15 years, you know? I don't know, Dawn, you're shaking your head. So I will let you take it from here, but those are the things that are coming up. You're shaking your head positively. I'm not saying you were saying negative. Yeah. I know after our Motivation Mondays and our Tuesday nights with you guys, that there's something different. I go to other networking things, and I do. Not a lot, but I do get to other networking things. And I'm not that impressed. Sorry, guys, I'm not. I don't know. Nobody's talking.
Jennifer, how do we stay on top of what's going on with TTR networking?
Well,
where do we find the details on all of these wonderful events?
Well, I will tell you that Lisa Bowers is now doing a lot of our social media. So bug her. No, don't bug her. Look on Facebook and everything. We'll be out on social media. And if you want to share something, please, by all means, share it. That's what our stuff is for. Like I've said before, we have to there's some things we're going to have permission rights, but I don't decline anybody. There have been a few people that I've never met ever, and they're trying to post on our page all the time, and I decline them every time. I have no idea who they are. Okay, but the website. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, then I'll add.
Yeah, the website is if you have an event or something, we talked about that. Our website, you have to tell me or share it with me, and then we'll get it posted. I'll get it posted on as an event. But when we are doing events, you're going to go right to the homepage, to the rescuein.com. If you go to ttrnetworking.com, it'll still take you to basically the same place. Go to the homepage. and the featured events are in the right-hand column. Just scroll down, and we've now got it a little bit less of a hunt down there. So that, and then right now, a couple of those events I shared with you are not out there yet. I'm just giving you these because the last couple of months I've given you very little, and I've had very little voice. Now I got a lot of voice. So Lisa, what do you think? What do you think? What do you tell us?
I just wanted to add, if you don't mind, one of the things the leaders got in their leaders newsletter this week, I believe, is about the featured member. This is something we're going to start doing. We're going to start it at least once, or doing it once a month. And then if we get an overwhelming response, we'll do it more often. But this is where you can nominate who you think is the TTR member of the month and send us a 300 to 500 word, this is why I'm nominating this person. And we're going to start recognizing some of our members in social media and giving them shout outs and recognizing their company and them and their membership, and just kind of spotlight some of our members. So you can send that to Jennifer or myself or both of us.
And you guys, one of the reasons that came up, I don't even know, maybe were we looking over email, or we were looking over some social media or something, and I had a couple that popped up. This is 4 years ago.
Craig, it came up during a social circle meeting, that because Craig remembered when he was the member of the month one time, and so he was talking about the memory popped up in his social media and how that was just kind of cool to see that as a social media thing. So
good. Okay, so that would be, we used to do that. And I would just say, you don't have to be a leader to nominate somebody. At least I'm not going to make that a prerequisite. I don't think that's, if, and you all know people in the network that you probably say, yeah, they deserve it. They should. So just send me, I actually put 100 words or less, but if you want to do more, that's fine. But you got to get to the point. Why are you nominating this person? I know you guys got a lot of things going on, but that was one of the things Lisa and I decided we're going to get back and start doing that. So thank you for clarifying more of that, Lisa. And yes, you'll see something out there about it. But you know what? I would hope that if you see somebody doing something great in our network anyway, acknowledge them. I guess, why not? Sure. You don't have to wait. You could jump on our post, our thing. I'm still learning. I can't believe this 15 years later, and I'm still trying to figure out how to do the social media the right way and everything. So, if you know what you're doing, send it to me or post it. We'll get it done. Yeah. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Lisa and Jennifer. In addition, I just want to bring up, because we talked about it on yesterday morning call. The Taste of Noblesville Business is tomorrow afternoon, and that's at the Embassy Suites up there right off of I-69. I know it was $7 in advance. I don't know if the prices might be $10 at the door. I don't know. TTR used to have a table there, and I've attended it now for a couple of years. It's a wonderful networking event, going around and meeting businesses in Noblesville, getting a taste of some of the restaurant foods and snacks, and just getting familiar with other organizations, companies and organizations in Noblesville. So if you're looking for something to do tomorrow afternoon that's fun, and you want to make some new connections, I recommend to check that out. You can go to the Noblesville Chamber of Commerce site for more information.
What time is it?
And I believe it's 3 to 7 tomorrow afternoon. Yes. Okay. And the other thing that I wanted to mention, we also had a conversation talking about the TTR cares of the past. When we started out with the pandemic in 2020, we started TTR Cares. And it was a program, aside from the business side of TTR networking, it was to keep us connected and informal and just a way that we could get together and talk and share some ideas and some thoughts and learn some stuff, just whatever was going on in our minds, kind of to relieve some of the angst and anxiety that we were going through with the pandemic. So I started to dig out some of the old TTR Presents presentations and post those on social media. So you'll see some like reposts of videos from 2020, 21, 22 of TTR Cares programs. And we did topics on aging, on homelessness, on, just all kinds of topics where TTR members just came together and just had a nice conversation or learned something new. So if you see those, feel free to check them out, comment. If there are topics that you would like TTR Cares to gather and present in the future, give me a holler. I would love to pull something together to share that is useful and beneficial to our networking group. And I think that's about it. So next we will go ahead and start our roundtable of introductions. And first, I'd like to invite collaborator CB Bjork. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your businesses?
Yeah, I'm not on my phone, so needless to say, it's easy for me to use the computer. So very happy for that, because in previous weeks, I can't get that mute button undone. Hi, everybody. I'm CB Bjork, Ascension Imaging Photography. Kids going out the door. I have headshots, marketing, branding, advertising, basically anything your business is needing in terms of photography. I also am a licensed FAA drone pilot, so I can do drone photography. I can extend that over into things like for groups that you might be doing marketing for, or even for fun things like weddings and getting everybody in one big area and taking a picture of everybody. Kind of nice there. With that as well, I also have one of my other businesses is and man, things just go right out of the brain when I'm working on stuff. My soul is here. Thank you, Dawn. MySoulIsHere.com. It's apparel wear, but it also can be bottles, coffee mugs, pants, the like stretchy acrylic pants, cell phone covers, all sorts of things you can use to market your business and do things with that as well. So that's MySoulIsHere.com. And let's see. Oh, number 3, yes. Psychic medium and author, CB Bjork, and work at helping people uncover some of the answers that they are struggling with. Basically, I take the energy out for a little stroll and we take a look at things. Real quick, want to mention the crazy red-haired lady, since Jennifer was mentioning her a minute ago. My wife is a nail technician with it used to be the W Nail Bar, but I think it's now gone to the Goddess. Anyway, it's down at the shops down on 82nd Street, kind of behind where BB Bop is. She'll be starting there tomorrow. She's a rising star, so if you're looking to get any nail services done, manicure, pedicure, you can contact them, or you can contact her, and she will also show you how to get that done. With that as well, my wife is a wonderful medium and animal communicator in her own right, and so she works with animals of all types, everything except for snakes, and she is able to help solve problems with your pets. She's also able to work with them once they've passed if you're interested in how they're doing. So you can reach out to her as well. So crazy red-haired lady. And yeah, that's us in a nutshell. So hopefully that covered everything. Any questions? Doesn't look like. Oh, Jennifer.
I like how you said she's a rising star.
That's what they call her.
I know, but
So
that's cool.
yeah,
Because her fingernails are nature, whatever it is. What is it? Naturel or something?
everything that Catherine uses is a natural product. You don't have all of that smelly chemical um, nail stuff. So everything that she has is cruelty free. I don't want to say gluten free, but it's all the good stuff that you want if you're going to put it on your fingers and everything. She does all the natural stuff. So very
But
important.
what's the name of her? Isn't it something having to do? There was like, I'm saying that's great, but they also the connection between her being the energy,
Yeah.
spirit, star, all that stuff. That's cool.
Right.
That's very cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Very cool.
yeah,
I'm
so she's
very
starting up doing that.
impressed
She'll be in the shop Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday this week. So if you're needing to get anything ready and done for the weekend, reach out to her and let her know. She'll be more than happy to book an appointment time with you and get your nails taken care of. So she's got tons of experience. She's been doing it. She's been licensed for over 20 some years now. So yeah, she knows what she's doing when she comes to nails. So
Very cool.
All right.
with that, I'll step
If
off.
there are if there are no other questions for CB Bjork, I would next like to invite Lisa Bowers. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Sure. Lisa Bowers, Office Allies. We are a full service admin support company that takes the form of everything from email and calendar management to bookkeeping and invoicing. We can help with keeping your website up to date or designing a website if you need that. Doing social media content creation, scheduling, getting those newsletters out every month, or whatever it is that falls under that admin umbrella, we can help with. And it is me and my team of contractors working with small and solo entrepreneurs, some small business and solo entrepreneurs. Yeah, Lisa Bowers, Office Allies. And Pavia 3 did send me a message saying that she was not able to join us tonight because she's slammed with work. So
Understood. Thanks for sharing. Do we have any questions or comments for Lisa Bowers and Office Allies? Lisa, is there a particular market or industry or type of client? What is your ideal client? You mentioned small businesses and solopreneurs. Any industry? Are you wide open?
we have worked with most industries. We don't do a lot in medical. We have done a little bit medical, but not a lot. But really, we can work with pretty much any industry. We work with a lot of coaches just because they tend to be solo entrepreneurs, and so that's a good place for us. But yeah, we've worked with interior painters, handyman, financial advisors, financial coaches. If it's got the word coach about, we've pretty much worked with it. We've had a parent coach. We have a speaking coach. Yeah. So, and we've even worked with some departments within bigger companies, but our niche is more the solo entrepreneur or the very small business, usually up to about 15 employees. So,
okay.
Good question.
Cool. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Any other questions for Lisa?
I don't know if I can say that. I'm going to say it, but I don't know if this is something Lisa necessarily wants me to say, but I'm going to say that Lisa leads our Leading Edge group, which is our mastermind group, and you all know that, and you can jump on there and check that out. Lisa does a great job. But I know we've had a couple of conversations on there where we've had some people who are maybe a little bit I'm not kind of advanced or down the road a little, who almost don't want to work with somebody who's struggling who's maybe not sure of what to do. And Lisa, actually, I don't know if that's the right way to say it. You know what I'm talking about, Lisa? You
Yeah,
had a couple people that kind of were like, I don't have time for that. Well,
right.
Lisa takes the time. I don't know if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So no, you're exactly right. Some VA services, some firms, they want to work with companies that have already got their procedures and their processes already in place so that they can jump in, and they tend to be more task oriented. They want the task of, hey, I need to get these emails out, or I get this newsletter out. Office Allies takes a little bit of a different approach. We try to be outcome driven and looking at the overall outcome that you're trying to get from these emails or this newsletter or social media. We try to ask the questions of what is your goal. Social media is an excellent one to use as an example, because your social media can be, you can go in it with the idea of, I want to sell my product, or you can go in and say, no, I want to be the industry expert. I want to be seen as the knowledge person. And so we ask those questions up front. And now if you want to be seen as the industry expert, we will gear all of your social media to setting you up as the expert in your topic, and doing the posts to make sure that you're seen as, answering questions and directing people to the right information. And that's just an example of how we can do, we focus on the outcome and make sure that what we're doing is outcome driven more than just completing a task.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for prompting that discussion, Jennifer. And I'll remind everybody, at Collaborating Connections, we invite you to bring your full self, everything that you do, to the table to share with others, because you never know where those connections, where things will resonate. So being the leader of another group, the Masterminding group, focusing in on helping your customers in a particular way, that's all good information for us that helps us give those warm referrals, those make sure that we share the details with others when we're making those connections. So thanks again. Next up, I would like to invite Deanna Morae. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yes. My name is Deanna Morae, and my business is ReZenergize Sanctuary, where our whole entire mission is to help unleash and circulate more love in the community. How do we do that? We do that by helping to relieve suffering. When people are suffering, they don't have as much love to give because they're distracted by their suffering. And when people are suffering, sometimes they can be harder to love because they're distracted by their suffering. So the thing that we are most goal-oriented to, our mission statement, is about how to bring more love into the community by relieving suffering. We also do that with what is called an energy enhancement system. It's a 24-unit energy enhancement system, scalar wave biophotonic system. What does that all mean? It means that it supports the body by re-energizing the cells and helping the body to heal itself in ways that it hasn't been able to do before. So our next acupuncture event is May 17. So put it on your calendar. And let me just say that when you marry the acupuncture along with the energy enhancement system, it really does make it a very powerful combination for helping to relieve pain and helping to move things along and move the energy in a way that helps us to feel better.
All right. Thank you so much, Deanna. Do we have any questions or comments for Deanna Morae and ReZenergize Sanctuary?
So ladies, did you find out that the evening, was it an evening? You moved it to the evening, right, Deanna?
We did, we were just kind of moving it around to try to see where is the best part of the day, but we thank you for asking that. We did move it back to the noon to 2 spot because too many people that I think have activities on a Saturday night for date night or a play or whatever. So I think there's too much competition. So we moved it back to the noon to 2 spot so that
And it doesn't, yeah, Dan, I'm sorry. My experience has always been like, because I have happen to have a gospel concert that night at our church that we scheduled, but every time you're always running up against something, but you gotta, you guys, what you do, and I'm glad that Dawn got to go. It's good to hear. I mean, it is such a, you need to treat yourself, guys. If you've never done it, you need to go and do it because it's an amazing experience. But I would think, yeah, you're always gonna have something. It's always good because we had a concert one time at our church. Who would have known it was the first Friday of football at Westfield High School? I mean, who wouldn't? I don't have anybody in football at Westfield, but there's always going to be something. But so Deanna, I don't know. For me, the only thing I would say is the rest of the day, you kind of feel like you either feel exuberated. Is that the right exuberated? You're either ready to dance on the clouds or you're just ready to take a nice, great nap. So I don't know, but I guess you just have to I don't know, Deanna, are you supposed to feel energized? I think I was.
I think it just depends on the person. Some people do leave and feel very energized and very really renewed in every way. And some people leave and they just feel so relaxed and so soothed and so, right? Right.
Exactly.
It's just
I was
really
ready to
strong.
go home, take my detoxing bath, and just relax for the rest of the night. So that worked out perfect for me. But midday is I'm ready for. I'm ready to do it again. I'm gonna definitely schedule it again, and I'll be there midday. It really doesn't matter. It is just it's such a good experience, body and mind for me.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we're always so glad to have you.
And you're going to include the acupuncture, continue that partnership there with that.
We're going to do our best. We're pushed it out to May so that we have more time to help make sure people know about it because we can take up to 10 people at a time. And so we like to try to fill it up because it's such a wonderful. Here's the thing. If you went to get the acupuncture event, if you went to get acupuncture by itself, it's $110.
Yeah.
If you came to the sanctuary and you're a referral client and somebody recommended you, you could come for $100, right? So putting those two together for only $130 is just the deal of a century.
Yeah, it
really
is.
Good opportunity for everybody to be able to experience and get some acupuncture in a much more affordable fashion.
Good.
Yep.
Yeah, great.
All righty. Thanks again, Deanna. Next up, I would like to invite Jerry Stern. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Sure. I am Jerry Stern, and my wife Karen and I both work with a company called Melaleuca, the wellness company. Excuse me. And a couple of things that we do that are very different is that the company is now 40 years old. We've had pretty much 40 years of growth. And we manufacture everything that we make right here in the US. So we're not buying things from China or who knows where and then, relabeling it and put it out. We are the manufacturer. And when you order something, you can order it right online or on the phone, directly with Melaleuca. They ship it right from the factory. And normally we get it within 2 days. So, we're pushing Amazon in terms of speed. And what's nice is that since we do make it, all of what we ship is usually within somewhere between 10 to 15 days old at most. And very often it's, made yesterday. So it's always fresh. And one of the things that's really important about what we do is everything that we make is, I like to say natural, but that's not the right word. It's green. Most of what we make is plant-based. And we like to say that, nature holds the secret and science, unlocks the secrets. And that's pretty much the way we operate. And everything that we have is very thoroughly tested, by second source people, not just by us. And we have been members now for 23 years. Hard to believe. But it's 23 years we have been, on the vitamins and supplements and all of those, natural, healthy kinds of things that they make. And quite honestly, I think it really has helped us stay healthy. And it has also helped us recover quickly from falls. What can I say? But it really does help a lot. It really
Don't make
does.
a habit of that just to show off your products.
Boy, no kidding. I can
Just
demonstrate the
saying.
products in a lot better ways than that. For sure. But anyway, that's pretty much what we do. Right now we have a special through the end of the month where anybody can enroll for $1 for the entire year, which is really good. I mean, normally it's only 19, but this way it's $1. And with that dollar, you get $100 worth of free products over the next 5 months. So it's a pretty good deal for people that are looking to, get started, find out a little more about the company and see about the products. Um, Last but not least, I'll say everything that we make is got a 90-day money back guarantee, period, no questions asked. So if something, doesn't fit, something that you don't like, you give them a call. And we've done that just a very few times over the years. And sometimes they'll say, well, if you don't particularly like this, whatever, if do you know somebody who could use it, donate it. They're not looking to get it back. They just want people to be happy. Just donate it, and they'll put the money back in your account for next month. So that's a short version of what Melaleuca does. And
All righty. Jerry, if you don't mind, could you also share with us about the steaks, the Riverbend?
that Riverbend steaks, beef. I say steaks, but it's all the beef. We manufacture. We have our own herd of Black Angus beef out there. We have, I've been told it's close to 200,000 acres of farmland that they, graze on. We have our own processing plant, so it's really, from start to finish, where we control it. There is no vitamins, or I shouldn't say vitamins, but there's no, um, come on, brain.
Steroids or
Yeah, there's no
Hormones.
steroids, there's no growth hormones, and none of those kinds of things. And we don't put any weird stuff in the feed that they eat, because a lot of it is just the natural grass out on the range. And when you order it, they have different packages that you can pick on and get those. And they ship, right from our processing plant, dry ice, UPS, and they show up within a day or two. I don't know if I mentioned it last week, but we were at a bar mitzvah up in Chicago 2 weeks ago, I guess now. Anyway, they really spent way more than I thought they would. But Friday night they had a get together for all of us at the Ruth Chris up there. And Ruth Chris has always been one of our favorite restaurants because the beef is really outstanding. And interestingly enough, Karen and she ordered a filet because that's her favorite, and I ordered a New York strip because that's my favorite. And, you know, after everybody was sitting there saying, wow, this is so good and it's wonderful and blah, 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 Karen and I turned to each other and said, you know, this is not as good as Riverbend. Anybody who knows me, I do not leave over steak ever. But I did. I left over a piece because it just wasn't doing it for me. And Karen did the same. I mean, usually if we left over something, we put it in a box and take it home, but we didn't. So it really is a different cut of beef, to say the word. But it's a cut above what you find certainly in the stores and certainly with any of the other, you know, package places um like they have out there. So anyway, that's about the beef, and I would suggest anybody try it. No long-term anything. Just try it for a month, order a package, see what you like, and go for it.
Awesome.
There's nothing
That
that you
that
can,
story.
I'm
there's
Go
sorry?
ahead, Deanna.
there's nothing that compares in the flavor to something that was raised and grass-fed in natural environment as compared to these beef that they, even Ruth Chris gets, that is factory farmed. There just is no comparison in the flavor of the food when it's made and grown or raised in the natural, holistic approach of how we create food.
You're absolutely right. It really does make a difference. I wasn't so sure when we first started with it because it's relatively new, a couple of years now, but there was no question about it. You can't find anything like this out there. So
Awesome. Awesome. I'm ready to try it. I'm prompted to try it. I know you can't buy just the individual steaks. There are different packages that have been put together with different cuts and so forth. So I don't know if anybody's interested in going in on a package with me. I certainly want to try this. So thank you so much for sharing with us about the beef product, Jerry.
sure. Thanks for reminding me. I appreciate it.
Does anybody else have any questions or comments for Jerry Stern and Melaleuca products? Okay. Next up, I want to invite Nancy Vesely. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Thank you, Dawn. I'm Nancy Vesely. I am a local licensed health insurance agent. I help people under 65 with their options. Not that there's many options besides ACA these days. And the over 65 group with their decisions of Medicare Advantage or Medicare Supplement when it comes down to signing up. Always looking for people turning 65 and walk them through the choices and even walk them through how to get A and B because it's confusing and it takes a little while to get stuff lined up. And then you sign up after that. What else? I think that's it.
I know that you used to have some presentations on the calendar related to health insurance or that knowledge.
They start in, I think May or June, they start up again.
Okay.
But it's again
Okay.
about health insurance and your choices.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Please share those with us, the dates and locations, and we will share those on our social media.
Okay.
Additionally, I know that Nancy is always open and available to answer questions. You know, you may not be in a position where you're ready to make a health insurance move, but you're just got a question about something that you've heard or something that you see in your health provisions. And Nancy is an excellent resource. So please feel free to reach out to her, and she's got an annual goal for connecting with and talking with people. So where are you this week with your goals, Nancy?
That's a good one. I didn't even finish. See, I wasn't expecting that again. Well, I should it be. 112. Slowing down here. I better get going here.
Nancy,
right.
and Nancy, you've made that just, and I think you've clarified this. I'm sorry, I just got to ask again. You've made it so it's anybody that you're talking to about insurance, right? It's not, Janice Ruiz is one of our real estate agents in one of our groups, and I think they count any conversation that you start with anybody.
That's it. Then that's the same thing. Yeah, if I answer a question or say if
Does it have to be insurance related? Because I'm literally, she starts talking to somebody in the grocery store line, she counts that. I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I'm saying it's what they do. You're being a little more particular. You could, if you wanted to, we could probably all go out tomorrow morning and start talking to people all day and, almost have 100 people in a day, but are they all insurance related? You know what I mean? Or industry related?
you know what I'll say, when if I'm working at hospitals during like Medicare time, and you go past me and we talk about, please help yourself to a pen. I'm gonna count that as it's talking about insurance.
But aren't all of us, and even the ones who are not here, aren't we all we're kind of clued into that? Hey, by the way, do you need you need a pen? Okay, hey, by the way, do you know anybody who needs insurance? It can turn into something like that, right? I'm sure CB has probably opened up a conversation from hey, you would look really good on a postcard. I don't know. You know what I mean? Not being weird here, but I'm just saying. Just saying.
I was just going to say, if you can line yourself up near the checkout counter with a bunch of pens, as each person comes through, here you go. Here's a pen, and they can sign their bill, whatever, and just keep the pen and keep going.
Yeah, but then they could say, well, so how do you happen to be at the checkout line with the pen? Well, glad you asked. I'm an insurance agent. I don't know. I'm just thinking that we all are creative ways, but Nancy, if Dawn hadn't asked you, I was gonna. So glad you're keeping tally. And we will, there'll be obviously opportunities to do more and more and more, do more things. Events
keeping up with Nancy and her goals reminds all of us that there are simple conversations that can be had in many situations where we have an opportunity to answer questions or share a little bit about our business or just make a connection that is useful either for ourselves or for any of our collaborating members. So let's take the time to be thoughtful about that and take those opportunities, embrace them and make those connections as we go. So thank you for being the active guinea pig on that, Nancy, and keeping us updated on your progress. And certainly we all should be reminded frequently to make those connections ourselves, answer questions, be helpful, and share our business. Okay, let's see. Lisa must be in the mountains and has rolled off. Are there any other questions or comments for Nancy Vesely? Okay. Next up, Jennifer Johnson. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yeah, you guys, I talk so much on these calls, but I'm telling you, every time we get on here, I just feel really like you guys, we understand that we're, so thank you for all that you do to make sure that we understand each other. I think that's really important. And I don't know if that may sound funny, but really, truly. So you guys know me. All I'm going to say is that who do you know that's out there who maybe didn't like some of the other options that are out there as far as networking organization? You can't, we all know that you can't judge a book by its cover, or you can't look at somebody and think for somebody else. But, the nicest thing you can do is either invite them to one of our groups or connect them with somebody else or connect each other with somebody else. I was thinking about that. It used to be that people would say to me, I had 14 groups at one time. I didn't need 14 realtors. I didn't need them. And if Carol were on here, I'd say the same thing. It really just, but I could find something unique in each of them, and or try to think who I could connect them with. Because I liked them all, I appreciated them all. So I guess what I'm saying to you is, who do you know that you could invite to this group, or at least introduce them to somebody in the group? Or who do you know in the group that you could invite, or you could, introduce to somebody in your, other aspects of your world? Does that make sense? Because I really think that's what the gift that we can't, when I met CB years ago, I never would have thought I'd ask him to do our picture. Not that that was a bad thing. That was a great thing. I was happy to, he did a good job. But, and I'd met like 3 or 4 other people who did Melaleuca way before I talked to Jerry and Karen. And I didn't really have that great of a picture of Melaleuca at that time. So anyway, all I'm saying is that's what you can give, is connect people. But on the same platform there, make sure you really know each other, and make sure you're spending time getting to know each other. And that's why I always say, and you guys say it too. You got to go see ReZenergize to appreciate it. Take advantage of it. Sit down with Nancy and learn what she can talk to you about. See CB's works, and Jerry and Karen, I guess you have to try the steaks. They're really, but we do, but I think about that. So I know I'm going around and around, but I just would say, who do you know that you could do something nice for them? You could do something nice for somebody by introducing them to somebody else, or maybe multiple others, get them introduced. I don't know. Introduce them to somebody that might open up other doors for them. You can't make it work for them. You can make the connection, I guess. Does that sound like a good, okay. I don't want to.
Makes complete sense.
Yeah, I guess that's where, yeah. Long story, very short there. Very long, could have been a lot shorter. But just make those introductions, because you just never know, right?
Can we invite guests on any week?
For this group?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There are, like when we talk about our industry exclusivity, we are quasi in this group. I really don't mind if another travel agent, another genealogist, if there is another chocolate blogger, I don't ever mind sharing the stage, the information, our weekly meeting discussion with another. Certainly they've got a different perspective, may have a different niche, and I'm just letting you all know that you're open to invite. There may be individuals in the group that do want to be the sole industry representative, and we respect that as well. But we are open every week to visitors. I just would like that if you know that they're coming, to share their contact information and give us a heads up. And when I put out, and Jennifer puts out, that reminder of our weekly meeting, that we can say, hey, we've got a visitor coming, and we hope that that collaborators show up to welcome and meet that visitor. So yeah. I don't know, Jennifer, if you have anything to add about invites to other groups.
I don't know about other groups. I would just respect, think about who's in the group here, and, just industry exclusive, like Dawn was saying, sometimes travel, I don't know exactly how this, just make sure it's okay with anybody that you think you might be stepping on their toes or something, if they're, because a lot of us do. Lisa does a lot of stuff, Jerry and Karen have a lot of things in their store. They're not storing it in their house, but there's a lot of, so there's always come up those little moments of like Mary Kay or something like that being a crossover into what Melaleuca has great makeup as well. But you guys have been very easy to work with on that, because if somebody came, you didn't run the other direction, you wanted to get, but so that'd be my only comment, is just kind of respect who's here and make sure. Can I say, we do need an insurance agent in this. I mean, Nancy, you know what I mean. We need a property and casualty insurance agent. We need somebody who does that. I didn't want everybody to say, well, there's Nancy right there. We've had some really good agents in this group. It's a tough time for people to be committed to a group. So,
and I'll say also, I have no problems with if another health insurance agent wanted to join. Hey, I don't have all the clients in the world. I mean, there's more than either of us could use. So I'm willing to have another insurance agent join too, without any.
And do you all think, well, Dawn, you need to introduce yourself. I would just think, and everybody I've talked to lately has been like, oh, I'd be happy. They're a real estate agent. I'd love to meet other real estate agents. We need to work together. Life is too, there's a lot of hurdles. Maybe somebody can, I don't know about Nancy, but I would think insurance, not everybody offers exactly the same products. So it's good to collaborate,
Absolutely. And maintaining that abundance mindset goes a long way in introducing yourself as a business, connecting with potential clients. You might not be the right business fit for this potential client, but when you have a circle of others that you've gotten to know and can refer off, if it's not a good fit, is a wonderful thing, I think. So that's part of what we're about in collaborating connections. So thanks for that question, Deanna. I want to go ahead and introduce myself before time is out. My name is Dawn Evans-Casey again. I'm the leader of the group. While by day I'm a corporate auditor, I also cultivate various entrepreneurial endeavors. One is Spa Travel, which is a full-service travel agency. I am the owner agent, happy to help clients have memorable, enjoyable travel experiences. So if you or anybody that you know is interested in traveling in the future and looking for some ideas and someone to help them book, I would be happy to do so. Additionally, I work with my husband and I through a nonprofit called Claiming Your Roots, and we do genealogy and family history educational outreach, working with families, giving them the basics of, how to go about starting family history research, how to communicate with others, meet those family members that you never knew before, gathering documents, visiting locations and hometowns of your ancestors, and pictures, letters, legal documents, pulling all of that stuff together into a wonderful keepsake that you can continue to build on and pass forward to future generations. If anybody is interested in finding out a little bit more about family history research, please visit the Facebook page for Claiming Your Roots. And if you've got questions or particular items that are challenging to you, feel free to share and post that. And there may be other genealogy specialists that might be able to contribute and give you some direction to move forward. Additionally, another business is Cheerful Chocolate Spirit, also a Facebook page. It is a blog all about the love of chocolate. Chocolate in various forms. Healthy chocolate, decadent chocolate in poetry and pictures, and celebrating holidays and chocolate recipes. So if you are a chocolate lover or know someone who is, please direct them to go visit the Cheerful Chocolate Spirits on Facebook. Last but not least, I am a gratitude consultant with promptings / send out cards. And the gratitude consultant, the gratitude movement is all about acknowledging, saying thank you, and just putting that positive energy out into the world that you appreciate someone else, some action, your clients, your prospective clients, family members, coworkers, friends, just keeping that positive energy going and sharing your gratitude in various ways. That could be through a greeting card, that could be through various gifts of all prices, of just sharing a good word, reminding each other to celebrate gratitude in your own life. There are gratitude journals where you can practice on a daily basis, just jotting down the thoughts and the considerations of all of the things that you're thankful for. So I am thankful to each and every one of you and love to share and spread gratitude. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about promptings or send out cards, feel free to contact or connect with me. That's a little bit of all I've got. We're at 7:31. Are there any questions or comments for me? Okay.
Dawn?
Yes?
By day, I'm a simple auditor. At night, and then it's almost like you need to put the mask on, with the eyes, or, take your glasses off, and then at night, I am your travel agent, spa travel.
Yeah, I am a Gemini and obviously have more than two sides, but I thoroughly enjoy everything I do and really try to put my heart and my best into all of my endeavors. So if there's any way that I can help, I am all about making that connection and building great relationships. So with that being said, I want everybody to know it's about time that I have another one-on-one with some of you, and I'll be reaching out and connecting with you to be able to schedule that. But I want to encourage everyone. It's not a one-and-done thing. Because we get on these calls on a weekly basis, that in itself is what connects us. It's wonderful to continue to have those conversations, make those connections happen. Where I had the chance to sit down with Pavi 3 and her family this past weekend was good for our spirit as well as learning new things about each other. So keep it going. That's what I want to encourage within everybody. The weather is getting nicer, and it's a little bit easier to get out and get around and have those connections in person or by phone or by Zoom. But however you choose to do it, keep connecting, everyone. Okay? Super fantastic. Well, our time is up. I will be sure to post the recording of this meeting on our social media venues. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I always, or I try to put the contact information for all of our professionals in those social media posts as well. If you're getting anybody reaching out to you saying that they saw you in the video or they got your information from that social media, please share that, because I'm very interested in finding out just how far that social media propels us into new circles, new audiences, etc. Again, we are on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube. So many ways to stay connected. I will look forward to seeing all of you again next week, next Tuesday night. Until then, take care, stay blessed. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Dawn. You're awesome. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.
Did you want to stay on Zoom, Dawn, or did you?
I'll call you
Okay.
or, okay.